Judge.
Hello. We just seem to be missing our prosecutor.
Okay. Isabel, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good.
So Tom, while we wait for Karen, your client already on house arrest or has it all set up? How's that going?
She has it all set up.
Okay. All right.
Not
Here
yet
comes
on.
Karen.
So
Good deal.
you've been in touch with the house arrest people, right, Isabel?
Yes. They just told me to go ahead and get the money order for 200 and present it at court, and everything else is ready and set up.
She's on ignition interlock and everything of that nature. She has been for some time.
Okay, good deal. All right, then I think we are all here and ready to go. I'll go ahead and, pardon? I'll go ahead and call the case. 2020 CR 724, caption State of Kansas versus Isabel Benitez Miguel. Would the parties announce their appearances, please?
Karen Whitman for the state.
If it please the court, Tom Fields on behalf of the defendant who appears via Zoom, judge, as well as myself.
Okay, we are here set down today for a sentencing. It looks like we all got together earlier this year, January 27th by Zoom. And at that time, the defendant changed her plea from one of not guilty to guilty. I inquired and accepted that, ordered a pre-sentence investigation and set it for sentencing today. I've received that pre-sentence investigation, and the critical findings are as follows. The sole count of conviction is one of driving under the influence of alcohol or drugs, which is a non-grid, non-person felony. Special rule number 6 applies, obviously, that being the DUI, which would leave a presumption of a sentence of 90 days, or a minimum of 90 days in jail, all of which can be performed on house arrest. An additional month, if there was a child under 18, that applies, and a no presumption, a maximum sentence of 1 year in jail. I don't see that on the report, but that is the maximum sentence for this offense. Ms. Whitman, I would ask you first, did you have a chance to review the PSI? Any additions, corrections, or challenges to those findings?
I know of nothing, Judge.
And Mr. Field, same question?
Yes, Your Honor, I did have a chance to review that, and I reviewed that with my client as well. On the criminal history, there was a change, and I note that an amended report was prepared. There was a case out of KCK that was diverted and dismissed that was improperly listed, but that's been corrected. So I believe everything else is correct.
All right. I will adopt the findings of the pre-sentence investigation. Mr. Fields provided to the court, and I assume to counsel as well, 2 documents, that being the Heartland Radak assessment for the defendant, as well as a certificate of completion of inpatient treatment. I'm going to mark those defendants exhibits A and B. Ms. Whitman, any objection to those?
No, Judge, I have received them also.
They will be received. Comments upon sentencing, Ms. Whitman?
Judge, I would ask that you follow the recommendations as in the plea agreement.
All right. Give me 1 second. I was just contacted by the house arrest person who apparently thought this was in person and went up. Let me get her the link. So hopefully she can join us before we're done here. Give me 1 second. Okay, so hopefully Ms. Brown will be with us here before we adjourn. Mr. Fields, comment upon sentencing.
Judge, I would just indicate that I believe my client has done everything that she could possibly do. Not only has she done the outpatient treatment, she continues an aftercare, and I believe she's attending quite a few AA meetings but via Zoom, at least to the best of my recollection. I would ask you to also follow the plea agreement. I believe she's a very good candidate for this. She does have her alcohol consumption under control, I believe, and I believe she's on the right path to maintain that. And I know she's very, very remorseful for what occurred on this instance and other instances. And she is a single mother of, what, 4 children? Yeah. So I think she will complete everything successfully. She's been over and above as far as being able to contact me. She's texts me whenever I need anything. She's always been very responsive, and I know that she recently had some hard luck and she did get terminated from her employment, but I believe she's going to try and hopefully gain other employment as soon as possible. So that's the only hiccup that's come about with her that I'm aware of. But I think she would like to address the court and express her remorse as well.
All right, thank you, Mr. Fields. Ms. Benitez Miguel, now is your opportunity to tell me anything you want me to know in mitigation of your sentence today.
Okay, my video is gonna close. I have something written in my phone, but I'm pretty sure you guys could still be
Sure.
able to hear me.
We can.
Okay. Okay. Says, I want you to know the person I am today is not the person from November 2019. I am still responsible for that day. I want to thank the arresting officers. I could have killed an innocent person. My child and I are still breathing today because of the officers doing their job by serving and protecting this community. I could stand here and apologize to you for being present in your courtroom, but instead I'm thankful. I'm not proud of what took place, but because of it, I am sober. I have found the fellowship of AA. Today, I get to reflect on my actions with a clear mind. I am able to acknowledge that I have an addiction, and I understand that there's consequences that come with it. I have seen the rock bottom of my addiction. I don't just want to be alive. I want to live. I want to do it sober. Your Honor, I'm blessed to stand here before you today and gratefully accept my punishment. Like I said, I've gone through a lot in my life, and this right here, I've never thought that I would ever put my child in harm's way, let alone anybody else's life. I've seen people being sober. I see how people act intoxicated, and it disgusts me. Can't believe that I was that person. I'm happy to be sober. I'm grateful that, like I said, I'm not proud of what took place, but I am grateful because it has made me who I am today, and it's made me have a clear mind and know, like, I was drunk through my baby's first year and a half. So I don't remember him taking his first steps. And that's not the mother I want to be no more. I feel like they deserve a better mother. And I know I can be that mother as long as I stay on my right path. But I just want to say thank you. And I hope that you do see the change in me.
All right. Well, I appreciate that, Ms. Benitez Miguel, and I will tell you that I can hear the sincerity of your words, and I think that the number one predictor in my mind of whether somebody's going to be successful or not is their recognition of their problem, lack of excuse giving, and dedication to getting it behind them. So I think you're going to be successful. Ms. Whitman, I have a question for you before I go on. This is the first one I've had with the child extra month. Does that mean that an extra month on house arrest in this matter, or is it a 13-month sentence? That's what's confusing me.
No, it is attached to the minimum mandatory time.
Okay.
So it would be 30 extra days on house arrest, but it would go to the 1 year total that she would do. It's not a year and 30 days, no.
All right. Ms. Brown has brought an issue up when she came in And by the way, the record should reflect that Ms. Brown from the house arrest program is here. Her concern obviously is that there's not a work verification for house arrest. I don't know if they've been notified that Ms. Benitez Miguel was terminated from her employment. So, which I just learned today. So I think she'll have to deal with that. Yes, Ms. Benitez Miguel?
Yeah, I called, the guy had gave me his card. I forgot his name. It's in my purse. I called him and I actually left him a message to let him know that I was terminated. He never gave me a call back, but I did call and let them know.
Okay. They'll be able to deal with that. And certainly through your job search, you'll need to keep house arrest advised, because if you have to go out for an interview or something like that, you have to get permission beforehand to do so, okay?
Yes.
All right. So proceeding with sentence today, I am going to follow the plea agreement in this case and sentence Ms. Benitez Miguel thusly. She will be sentenced to a period of 12 months in the county jail. All of that except for 120 days, which reflects the 90-day minimum plus the 1 month minimum for a child in the vehicle, is suspended. And those 120 days are authorized to be on house arrest. Ms. Miguel has indicated today and shown the court a copy of the money order to pay the fees to sign up for that. All right. She will be on post-incarceration supervision for a period of 12 months with adult court services. One of the specific terms of that supervision shall be that she continue to follow the recommendations of her substance abuse evaluation and the aftercare program set up by her inpatient treatment program, which she has completed. There's a mandatory minimum fine of $1,750 that shall be assessed. She needs to pay the following during the pendency of these. Obviously, all of her fees and costs related to house arrest, as well as $193 in court fees, $120 supervision fee. She's going to have to pay the KBI database fee, as this is her first felony conviction in Kansas. And as I said, the mandatory minimum fine of $1,750. I know that's a lot of money, Ms. Benitez Miguel. I'm thinking that I don't want your probation getting extended for outstanding payments. If I ordered you to pay $100 a month, do you think that that's something you'll be able to do?
Yes, with the stimulus and everything like that, I had been saving just in case anything went a different route. Yeah, I'm fine with that.
All right, I'll order payments of $100 a month towards that. Okay, Ms. Whitman, things that I have failed to cover other than the advisements to the defendant about appeal and firearms.
The KBI fee that is listed in the plea agreement is for an analysis that was done on her blood. So that's a $400 fee. And then the database fee, the $200, that's totally separate.
Okay, in my cost sheet that was submitted to me, I didn't have a lab fee in there.
Right.
So that's a KBI fee of how much?
$400.
Okay, and that was for the testing, the blood testing,
Correct.
Is that correct?
Correct. And then also, I know she has ignition interlock in her car, but I would like it to remain there while she is on post-imprisonment supervision. And also she must attend that MAD impact panel.
All right. So as in addition to the terms that I already mentioned, as part of her supervision, defendant will have to complete the MAD impact panel. She is not to drive a vehicle unless she is fully licensed and insured, and that vehicle is equipped with the ignition interlock. All right. Miss Miguel Benitez, you have 14 days from today to appeal anything you don't like about your sentence. You may be able to seek expungement after a period of time following successful completion of supervision. As a convicted felon, it's prohibited for you to own or possess a firearm and certain kind of deadly cutting instruments like dirks, daggers, switchblades, things such as that. You understand all that?
Yes.
Thank you. Mr. Fields, anything that you can think of that I did not cover today?
No, Your Honor. I think you
All
covered.
right. And Ms. Brown asked about jail time. I'm not assessing any jail time other than the house arrest to be served. Ms. Brown, do you have instructions for Ms. Miguel Benitez as to how to get set up?
Yes, Judge. Thanks for the clarification on employment because we didn't have that. She will need to show up to our office today at 11 o'clock with a $200 money order and be ready to be placed on house arrest. She will also need an update letter regarding to her interlock as to when her next download will be.
Okay.
She needs to be there today at 11?
That will be today at 11, right after court.
Okay. Will that work with you, Isabel?
Yeah, that's fine with me, but they don't send me a letter. I have it on my phone. It's an app that tells me every month when my new calibration date is.
Okay.
Are you able to print it off? Because we have to have it in your file.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. All right. Anything else for our record today, Miss Ariel? We can't hear you. It doesn't say you're muted, but we can't hear you. No. Maybe type it into the chat.
Judge, while we're waiting, I want to also note that I am sending Mr. Fields the journal entries for his electronic signature so we can get it to you so it can be filed.
Okay.
Very good.
All right.